My name is Asiah.
Hey, so I'm Jade, I'm Aquarius.
My name is Kay.
My name is T. It's cute.
Like, look, cut it, look.
Oh, let's talk melanin. Go ahead, T.
Our podcast is called Let's Talk Melanin.
Soul searching again to
Always.
find that reason, like to go back that moment I had
Right.
at 15 of saying the word no.
What was you doing talking to me when I was 16 and 17?
That's a part of my self-care. My 2019 goal was to make sure I go to church, go to the gym, and go to therapy.
Like, why you gotta start saying no to people? Like, what's wrong? Like, no, you don't need to do this, that, and the third.
Bruh, everybody knows you're gorgeous, but at the end of the day, if that's the mindset that you want, keep it. Let's talk melanin. Go ahead, T. Alright, hey everybody, my name is T, and what are we answering? I'm sorry, my name's very short. Because you should have
So
your
it should be
phone.
your name, your sign, one word to describe you, and why does it describe you?
have to be
Yes.
one word. Okay.
Yes, one.
One word. Okay.
One.
Action. My name is T. I'm a Cancer. One word to describe me is brilliant. I use that word because I feel like I'm pretty good at everything that I put my heart to, put my mind to, and I'm very creative. So that's why I use brilliant. And what was the other question? That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
yes, that's me. Bia, thank you.
Oh, yeah, Jade.
Hey, so I'm Jade, I'm an Aquarius. The one word I would use to describe me is loyalty. For me, loyalty is everything. It's one of those
Yes.
things that's unforgivable. I feel like me as a person, I'm a lot of things. I'm a perfectly flawed person. But one thing I am not is disloyal.
Yes.
So I hold loyalty on a pedestal. So
I like that.
Oh, okay. My name is Kay. My name is Michaela. Everybody calls me Kay. You know, it's for short. But I'm an Aries. My birthday is March 21st, you guys.
Probably after this podcast.
Yeah, I've been bothering them all week. And let's see, one word to describe me is fearless. I feel like I'm just fearless. Like, I'm confident, I'm fearless. Nothing bothers me. Like, nothing put fear in me, if that makes sense.
Okay, my name is Asiah. My name is Asiah.
That's what I choose.
Yes,
exactly.
I'm a Capricorn, and one word to describe me is poppin'. Okay, because I feel like my personality is poppin'. You know, I like my man. But no, I feel like I just love myself, and I love just life, and honestly, I just feel like everything's poppin'. So that describes me. All right, what's that? Well, yes, ladies.
So basically, our podcast is called Let's Talk Melanin. So originally, I had reached out to like 5 other girls, and Angel was the only original one. So
I'm about it.
Yes, Angel was just like, let's do it, let's do this.
I've been waiting for this.
And I was just like, okay, like let's get some other people. Everybody fell through.
This is y'all like Destiny's Child for real.
Yes.
I'm
Beyonce.
Latoya, they drive.
Right?
And we actually met with Ray, who's behind the camera. But we met with him. Say hi. So we met with him at breakfast, and me and Asia were just like, so who else is gonna be here? Because we're the only 2 that keep on showing up. So she was like, well, let me ask them in the group chat, and da-da-da-da. I was like, all right, cool, like, let's do it. So this is how we got started. So the whole podcast is just gonna be about, you know, let's talk melanin, like let's talk blackness.
Well,
Still
last weekend. This weekend.
Last weekend, yeah.
Let's talk about
What's been going on?
yesterday. Because yesterday was International Women's Day.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
We was
what
gonna get
it
to
is.
that. Yes. International Women's Day, which is a day that highlights women all over the globe. But I get kind of have an attitude about that day. day, because I feel like it's a day, but it really don't mean nothing.
Yeah,
Because we still get paid less than men, so how much you got really?
Yeah,
That's why they talk about it. Like I saw a post, it was like, if you really respect women, pay us what we deserve. And I feel that 100% with all of my being. Like, yes, women are important, but show us how important we are.
Right.
Pay us what we should be getting paid. Treat us with some goddamn respect. Like, when we say no, respect that. When we say we don't want X, Y, and Z, respect that. Don't just, shout out women on this one day, which is great, but again, respect us and pay us what we
We holding up the background for
Well,
Man, seriously.
Well, you know what? As I think about those situations a lot, it comes with accountability more than anything. Because I think sometimes we are our own problem. And the problem is the reason why some of these problems come because we're not fighting for ourselves. Some people just settle and it's like scared to fight, or they're like, this is better than what I could be getting.
Right.
So this is good enough for me. And a lot of everybody's settling for the good enough. And I think we have to stop putting the blame on other people, even though people are shitty as well. But I think we have to kind of look back on us as women.
Generational.
And figure out why we're not fighting, why do we do this, and why are we not putting up more reason of why we are working. Everybody talks, but nobody actually displays why we are what we are worth.
I feel like it's coming up now, like we're speaking up more now because it has been generational. Like honestly, women were quiet. Like our moms were quiet. My mom is quiet. So I feel like now with the generation coming up and you see how boisterous they are, like women are like, you're not gonna disrespect me no more. You're freaking tried it.
Yeah, it's about self-love.
Yeah.
Like once you figure out your worth, you'll speak up about anything. You're not going to just tolerate anything.
Exactly.
It's coming out that shell and just knowing who you are and self-love.
But to Asiah's point, I think that's true, because I think we forget that women. Let's go back to Vietnam, which was like in the early 60s, 40s, 40s. So, but and I only highlight that, right? I only highlight that because I just watched Blackish, and he talked about no, just to reference the time as far as where we are right now, right? So you have Vietnam, where a lot of the men went to go off to war and women had to step up and play the role. But when they got back, what did they do? They pushed a lot of the women back into the house and out of the workforce.
Like, wait, hold on, I have purpose.
Right, exactly. I found my purpose. I want to
I was doing this without you.
Right, and I was good. And exactly, and that's when the independence started to start. And that's why I go back to Asia's point, because that's true, that you have those women who went back quietly, didn't say anything. They went back, they raised their families. And that's fine and that's great. And then though that generation grew up to be like, I want more. I want an education. I want these things. My mom wasn't that person, but she was definitely independent post my dad. Like divorced. She got a divorce when I was young, and she was independent. She didn't get married again until I was like 18. So she was independent. She was single. She was doing what she had to do, and that's why I'm this powerful, strong voice type of person, because my mom never tried to limit my voice. And I think that's also a good point, because you have older generations who try to limit our voices, and even younger generation voices, to say like, oh no, you can't think that way, you can't think that way, you can't talk that way.
We're ruthless. We're
hell yeah.
We're like, you tried it. Like quick, when they try to put a little, you
it's
tried
funny
it.
that Thea, you say that, because the women in my family are the complete opposite, and I think that's why I am the way I am, because I did look at that and I did not want to be that. Where the dependents were on men and your value came from men, and I think that's what made me
She was disgusting.
Exactly, and it's like, and I seen the power, like witnessing domestic violence and all that stuff. It made me not want to let somebody have that power over me. So I did have to make a name for myself and go off and do everything to build my own name, because I didn't want to see that power held.
Definitely, because
like
my mom, she was a kept woman with my dad. And when
That's
they got a divorce, she was, she had to be back there with my grandma.
Change up.
She was on her ass. And I remember I never, just the times that I was like, never will I depend on a man for anything.
Absolutely.
Because I didn't want to be like that.
Honestly, that's how it is for me. Like my mom, she's dumb quiet. My dad is the one who's loud. But the thing is, I came out like him. Like she was just like, she took that back seat. When I popped up, I was like, y'all want to sit here and say to him? Oh yes, no, what's up? Like, oh, I do not agree with you. That's the thing. Like I feel like my dad, everybody around my dad was agreeable, and I was the only one who was like, no, I will give you my opinion. I don't care what age I am. And then everybody else like, oh Asiah, you need to be quiet. You so loud. Okay. I came out this way.
Make her louder.
Exactly. My my dad promoted that within me, like, you know, made sure, like, you know, we talked. Like, I talked my whole life, so now it's just like, this is just my personality, and I'm happy that, you know, and now my mom is more like me. You know, I feel like
you empowered her.
And that's good.
There we go.
Because some people get stuck in their ways and they do not learn.
Surprisingly.
And for her to change that characteristic about herself,
Bruh, who are you telling? I'm like, yo, look at my mother when she be saying stuff. I'm like, look at this. Like, you really gotta observe those moments. Like, I'm like, dang, it took you till, like, your kids was 26 to be comfortable with them. Like, to have a real life relationship, like, you know, and actually show your personality.
Right.
That's crazy.
I always tell people think it's funny, but literally my independence started from the fact that I wanted a shirt. So I remember going, I remember going to ask my mom, like, hey, can you buy the shirt for me? And she was like, no, or I think about it, and right there I was like, that's the last time I hear that.
Really? How old are you?
15, and I got on the bus, and I went to go get me a job, and I haven't had a job ever since then. And I was like, that's the last time I would hear, I would think about it, or one day, I was like, I would buy as many shirts as I want now.
Wow.
So when I want a shirt, or when I want anything, I would do it, and I've been working ever since that day.
I mean, that's
I was like, I'll never do that again.
I'm trying to think if I can remember fast enough my first independence story, and it's not. My independence didn't start that very clearly.
But
That's where mine wasn't that very clear.
My great grandmother, she used to always, she was like, I told her, she was like, you working? I was like, yeah. She's like, you have an old soul. And I told her, I was like,
You do.
And I told her, I was like, I can't do this. I was like, I said, I like to do stuff when I want to. I like to, if I want it, I'm not waiting on anybody else.
Yeah.
Why? If I have the capability to make sure I have it, I'm not going to do that.
I know you're going to talk here. I know.
Okay, but I have an independent story.
Yeah, so no, I feel like my mom she has always been independent as long as I can remember. She got married. She got married young. She got married when she was like 21 or whatever. But they divorced quickly after my brother was born, and she always had my brother. So she was like a young mom, and she was going to college and all of that stuff. And she bought her first house when she was 23.
Wow.
Like, you know, she worked multiple jobs to take care of her family. So when I came, my dad, I love my dad to death, but my dad wasn't shit. You see what I'm saying? So she always like had to take care of everybody. And my mom's like a caretaker, so she always been that independent person because she had to be the caretaker. So like, even though like she told me, you know, she sacrificed a lot for us, and I know that now that I know her. And she started off as like an elementary school teacher. Started answering phones and stuff in the call center. She self-taught herself to become an engineer. Now she's a vice president of technology at Town Bank.
Wow.
Right, and she's like
0 to 100.
Right. She's in this self-taught, and she just like
That's awesome.
always stood her ground when it came to stuff. So I feel like I got that from my mom, and when I came out, my mom was like, I was just like her. And my niece is just like me. Like, we say no to stuff. Like, no, I want this.
Isn't it
and I want
crazy that you
that.
gotta say that? Like,
Yeah.
no to stuff.
It's
Like,
crazy.
that's
Right.
crazy.
Right.
Yeah, right. You can't believe that.
The thing that people are most scared of in the world is the word no. The
Yeah.
word. People are scared of no.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of reasons why people don't do stuff. Because you're scared to hear the word no.
As you get older,
Or when people hear it, they feel like
It's like defeated. It's defeated.
Yeah.
they feel defeated.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's like you're asking me to do something and I tell you no, you get mad. It's like,
Yeah.
well, I don't want to do it, and I have a right to tell you
Stay true
no.
to yourself.
Yeah, I have a right to tell you no, I don't want to do this, or I'm not comfortable. Whatever my reasons are, you're gonna respect this no, regardless of if you like it or not.
Exactly.
And that's again the generational thing, right?
and I feel like as a woman, it's like an evolution for us in our own personal journey too. Because
Definitely.
you know, as we're younger, we're like we want to please everybody, and as we get older, we just want to please ourselves.
Right.
We gotta figure it out.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. Like I gotta go home with myself, boo. Like I
The
can't
power of
please
no.
everybody. Yeah.
Power of a no.
It's so
I
crazy
don't
because you
know.
tell my niece no, she's 4. She'd be like, I can do it if I want to. Like,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, you sure can. You sure can.
Oh nah. I'm like, we gotta get you up quick. Cause you ain't gonna be
I don't want to say,
to.
I always knew like the power of no. I know it stemmed from that time when I was 15. And I did those little trials. I grew up like not learning how to say no. But then I kind of like went through like soul searching again to find that reason, like to go back that moment I had at 15 of saying the word no.
Yeah.
You know, I went to that time like yes, that we might make everybody else happy. It was like, and I think a lot of people go through that time in their life, and some people have their own breaking point.
Right.
And I had that breaking point for me where literally I was unhappy and everybody around me was happy. Because they were just taking.
From you.
Taking. Yeah, like taking. And you know, that's for real. As cliche it is, you can't be filling other people's cup when your cup is empty.
That is
real.
very real, yeah.
And it's so real. It's like, okay, when this glass is dry, I got dust in it, like ain't nothing else to give. When I say the word, I'm like, I'm happy, and y'all may be upset, but I'm good.
Honestly, I think that's a journey that you go through because you basically kind of like find people and love these people and you want to do so much for them. And then it gets to a point, at some point, like depending on that person, if they don't have enough of themselves, they're taken from you. And it's like, by accident, you're drained. You know, and it's like you have to find balance within all the relationships that you have to take enough of yourself and do what you got to do. Like, I feel like I went through that point many of times where, you know, you have certain relationships and sometimes it just crosses that boundary and you have to find yourself once again, whatever. I feel like that's the journey that I'm going through now where it's like, I got a man, you got everything, and it's like, oh shoot, you're my life and that's it. Where's the purpose? So I have to figure out my own purpose once again, even though I was that powerful person. Now I have to refine that.
And find that balance. I think, you know, like you said, we're very loving people, and you just want to love people and make sure they're happy and nurture them. And that's just how we are. But again, you have to take back that power and even learn to say no, even if it's for yourself. Like finding that balance. Like I'm saying no ahead of time because I know I'm already doing X, Y, and Z.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna have time if I continue to energy. Because I'm the type of person where I love being social, but I need my hybrid time. I need to go away and step away and recharge. So that's how I plan my life. Like I need to input that time. That's a part of my self-care. My 2019 goal was to make sure I go to church, go to the gym, and go to therapy. Those are the things that keep me healthy and keep me sane.
Right.
Nothing is going to come before that. It just can't because it's a part of like, because then you get depleted, right?
Because that's
you know, that's me. That's my self-care. Gym is self-care time.
That's got to brunch after.
Right. That's why I was like, oh, what time is brunch? Because I'm going to church. Like nothing can come before that because I have to make sure Thea's okay before I can make sure everybody else is okay.
Exactly.
Because my cup can be dry as fuck and nobody's gonna care about
and
my
nobody's
cup.
gonna know too because you're running on fumes.
Yep.
Point blank period, you like yes, and it's like, oh shoot, but I need time for myself. Like you forget because you wanna upkeep and stay up with people and you're like, but hold up, that's not even my life.
Yeah,
like, I just wanna relax. And I've always been about the recharge. Like my life was the recharge and now I'm like, alright, you know what, let me go get some social life.
I feel like when I got out, like before I always been like a social butterfly. Like everybody always condemned me kind of because they always say I was flirtatious or I was too friendly or whatever. That's just my personality. Like I don't flirt. It's just like I'm just, you know, I'm just friendly. And my ex, he hated that. So like he's like condemned me and it ended up becoming like he was trying to control me and I didn't like that. So like when I started to, you know, be like, alright, fuck this. Like I'm going to do whatever I want. I remember the first time it happened, like I was coming, I had just got the job at Centera. It was this girl that I went on a trip with. She wanted to go to Atlanta and she didn't want to go by herself. And I was like, I'll go. And we went and I told my ex, I was like, oh, I'm going to Atlanta this weekend. And he was like, what? You ain't tell me? Like, he was so mad. Right, so then after that, it just became a habit. Like, I started going out again like I used to.
And it makes you find yourself.
Yeah, and it made me find myself again because I always knew how I was, but just trying to love somebody that...
And make them happy.
Yeah, and try to make them happy. So now, even now, like I said, my mom's a caregiver and a caretaker. Now, when she be like trying to do stuff, she gets so stressed out. Like she was diagnosed with diabetes last year, and it's more stress related. And I felt like it's because she don't say no.
Right.
So I'm like, you gotta start saying no to people. Like, what's wrong? Like, no, you don't need to do this, that, and the third. So now I see her doing it. Now I'm just like, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah,
Like,
that's my
no.
my grandmother. Even though I learned my independence from my grandmother, my dad's mom, I have got. Y'all can't do this. He came here to distract us. Can you not?
We looking at this.
You gotta cut this whole scene. You gotta cut this whole scene. We gotta cut this whole part. Anyways, But
grandma.
my grandmother, my dad's mom, even though I learned independence from her, one thing I hate that she has still, she doesn't say no. She has gotten to a little bit,
So I understand that.
but she's a very independent person. She has raised my aunt, my uncle, and my dad all by herself. All by herself. No other man like keeping her working. And now all she does is put together puzzles. But she doesn't say no though. She doesn't. She does not have
But
that
you
no factor
lived
to
your
her.
life for a certain amount of, like, you know what I'm saying, for so long, it's kind of like, it's just like a habit. Sometimes, like, honestly, at that point, if it's your grandmother, it might become her personality, you know? Like, at that point, like, for us, it's like we are finding ourselves and we're coming up. So I feel like we were a certain way for a majority of our life, kind of would just be us.
That's just like with your mom, right? Like she's been a caretaker all her life. I just watched How to Get Away with Murder, and I just bring this up because her mom said something very deep. Because you know they have a and whatever her name is.
Annalise
Has a complicated relationship with her dad because of the things that he did. But her mom stayed. So she was talking to Annalise about loving her dad and how she didn't love her dad for her dad. She did it for her. So I feel like older generations, and I can even relate to it too, like loving someone because it gives you joy. Because it makes you happy. And I think you have those people who are like that, who just get joy and peace out of loving and taking care of somebody.
That's like
and that's all they need. They don't really need to go get a job and stuff like that. That's why you still have like stay-at-home moms that, you know, and shit, being a stay-at-home mom is a job, but that's all that they need. They don't have
a level of
happiness. And it's a level of happiness. So it's just going back to just what you're saying about your grandma. Like that's probably what it is for her. Like she's at home playing puzzles because she's content with giving her life to her.
And honestly,
She's content with giving love to her kids, and her kids are out here prospering, and she's content with that, and that's okay. So I think we have to respect both parts of, you know, womanhood. And if you want to go out there and take over the world, you do that. But if you want to stay at home and raise your family, you can do that too. There's empowerment in both.
I think that's the part. I think it's a lot of power behind that as well. Because what happens is people like to make excuses for why they are. If that's you, that's fine. They don't think there's a right or wrong way to be that way. If that's what you do, then do it. And I think that's where my problem lies, when people do have those characteristics. That's fine, but own it.
But don't apologize for it.
Don't apologize for it. If that's what you're going to do, then do it. But don't try to say, oh, that's just me, that's just what it is. Whatever, that's what you want to do. Don't try to make excuses for it or try to find a reason on why it's better. No one's saying
please everybody else. That's the thing, they want to fit in. But I feel like for myself or people, sometimes even people around you, you want to bring them up too. But honestly, when you see that they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, that's most likely their level of happiness. They're probably okay with where they at, and you over here using all your energy to bring them up because you care and you see the vision.
I had a friend. So when I first joined the Navy, one of my first friends I met, she was a beautiful girl, but she had very low self-esteem.
Right.
And she was the kind of person you have to tell her all the time, like, oh, you are beautiful, you are this, you are that. Like, you know, she will always get into this mode. And I'm just like, okay, after like a while doing, I'm like, okay, girl, I'm too busy. Like, I'm too busy in the mirror telling myself I'm cute. I don't have enough cuteness to be spreading and telling you cute too. You start telling yourself that, you know, I can't keep on telling you this, like, oh, you are beautiful, oh, love yourself. Like, girl, no, I'm too busy trying to love myself. And I don't have enough love to be over here, be spreading thin. Like, no.
Honestly, some people, it's a habit. Like, you know, you have
victim mentality.
Yes, it's a habit. Like, a lot of people do need mental health, like help or whatever. But honestly, some people are happy bringing those emotions because they're so used to bringing those emotions out over and over again that it's a part of their cycle.
Or what they do is they are so used to it being said to them that they just say it on their own.
That's when they
cut to stop you from saying it. So like I'm just using this as an example. Not all overweight people are like this, but like somebody who's overweight and they have low self-esteem. So they'll call themselves fat or they'll call themselves ugly. And it's like, what are you talking about? Who even said, like, I have a cousin and she'll say that. I'm like, nobody, I don't think you're ugly. I think you're beautiful. Like, what are you talking about? But it's because of her own self-esteem, because of what she feels like society thinks about her. She already says it, and it's like, that's not true. You can tell yourself you're beautiful and you can believe that. It's up to you to believe it. But if you believe otherwise, no matter how, I can tell you every day for the rest of your life. If you don't believe it, then you're not gonna believe it.
But I'm gonna need this food too.
I know. I'm gonna need this food.
You know, it's so crazy. I feel like I don't have all type of friends, and a lot of these friends I cut off because of that, because it's such a draining situation.
Yeah.
I had a girl that I used to hang out with, she had convinced herself that she liked white guys because she felt like that's all she could attract. But the crazy part is, I had never seen her talk to a white dude. But when she talked about, she's like, I don't only like this, but I'm like, what she said she would like never was the dudes that she did show me who she talked to or who she brought around, was whatever she described. But she had convinced herself that since that's all she attracts, or what she thinks that her body attracts, because she didn't have no booty and
That's what my cousin said.
So she felt like since that's what she attracts, she has convinced herself that that's what she's attracted to.
Yes, that's the
But
same
she gave attention. The first black dude who would give her attention, she gave them that attention because that's what she really wanted.
Isn't that crazy?
And I was like, and I would just sit back and like,
But at the end of the day, like, even because my cousin, I'm very close with her, and she feels like she has no butt, so like only certain black dudes like her, or mainly white dudes will like her, and it's like, bruh, everybody knows you're gorgeous, but at the end of the day, if that's the mindset that you want, keep it. Like, you know, nobody gonna sit here trying to convince you. Otherwise, I can sit here and tell you, y'all don't be back. See, they gotta go. They gotta go.
you'll be doing so much cutting.
But
Alright, skip me.
I understand that though, because like I used to always say like only like dark skinned guys because light skinned guys want to talk to me or whatever.
Really?
But like I feel like I'm getting whatever the fuck I want right now. Like, that's just me. Like
I mean, period. But that's
yeah,
your
like, that's
period.
how-
Like, if
yeah,
you want
but that's
somebody
not-
and you have a connection,
I
you
wasn't that
can-
confident
Right.
back in the day because I hung around a lot of guys. A lot of guys used to always joke me because I hung around guys.
Or it made you like a friend. You know?
Yeah, so like I used to always get like friend zoned or whatever. But when I started to glow up and started, you know, to dress more feminine and not, you know, just wearing some J's and a t-shirt and, you know, calling it a day, like all the guys like, yo, you know, I always had a crush on you.
Oh, girl,
Like,
man,
nah.
why we never talked? Because you wasn't checking for me.
Right, just checking
That's
for
why we
my
never
friend,
talk.
like, you know,
But
I was
checking for
like,
me,
right.
no, you got it all, you got a personality, you got this, that, and the third. You ain't say that, like,
You know what? You know
Back
when
in
people
the
got a
day.
big personality and they cute because you get your personality when you go through your ugly duckling phase, and then you get cute like, oh, mom, now.
right.
You missed your shot.
You missed your shot, and now I got the whole package. And now I'm mom, now you done missed it. You missed it.
And I went on a date with this guy. He was like real good friends with my cousin, right? Went on a date with him. He like kept on checking for me, like, and I used to have a crush on him back in the day. He used to treat me so mean, like mean, like
You would've got a
the
chance.
fuck you coming around for, like type shit. And
He liked you then.
he used to
that's
think I
why.
was like, he told me, I went on a date with him the whole time. He just kept on like criticizing me. Like,
During the day.
yeah, like about back
No,
in
men
the
are
day.
good for that. Men
Yeah.
are good for that. They are the biggest critiques. Don't even get me started on that, John. Okay?
But it was like back in the day, he was like, oh, you was a geek. I used to just think you was this, that, and the third. No, like you was older, so it's like I couldn't even really hang around y'all. You see what I'm saying? And my cousin could do whatever she wanted. My mom was like, no, bring your ass in this house. You don't need, you 12. You don't need to be around.
You 12.
Right.
Yeah.
Why
so
you
like,
out outside?
I didn't really hang around
Man,
y'all.
boy.
Like, I was young, like, what the fuck? I hope you thought I was a geek when I was 12. Like, so.
But that
we
shouldn't
went on
even be
a
coming
date.
out of his mouth.
Right.
Right.
Why do you have
He was
opinion
just
at all?
like,
Exactly.
Right.
What are you trying to come from my life at all? Like, this
Right.
is not a roast
He was
session.
just
You're
like,
freaking
yeah, he was roasting me the whole time. And I'm just like.
And thinking this
I was
is
like,
somewhere. Like,
yeah, so I'm like,
I'm
you
surprised
checking
it's
for
a
me
day.
now?
Why did I
I was
know?
already there eating and shit. So I was just like, you know, you checking for me now, so it don't
She had
even
the
matter all of
mood.
that. It don't even matter.
this was a revenge date. That's what
Right.
that's like. You know, like, oh,
Right. So it was just like,
It's hard.
it was just like, you know, whatever. And then at the end of the day, he was like, oh, so you paying?
Oh, this
So-
nigga. I'm
Nah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh,
See,
he
this
tried.
is this is the conversation
And I
last
was like-
night. I would have got up and left.
No, but-
Yeah, exactly. Go
But
back.
look, I paid though, right? I paid for both of ours because I had the fucking money and you don't. So you're a bum now, and
You
I'm
can be a
not.
bum
You
sitting
can be a bum
sitting there with his half of the bill.
You was, but it was just
And
like a
after he
power
treated
move.
you
Like,
like
No,
oh,
I get that
we
though.
was at a Mexican restaurant. It was only $40.
But no, I get
So I could have sat there. The Mexican
So I
food
was just
ain't
like,
much.
whatever, like whatever. I'ma just
No,
do it.
I can understand.
It was a
that.
power move for me.
Yeah.
Like I like putting men in their place. Like, oh, they ain't nothing. Whatever.
I understand because I
So-
have on stage. I understand that.
So I did that, and then like after that, he's kept on hitting me up, kept on hitting me. He's like, "Why you making me chase you? Because bitch, you made me fucking pay for the date. Like, what you mean?
Why is
Like,
he not
You would've changed- I would've
That's what I'm
blocked
about to
him.
say. I'm about to say.
Cause I just wanted to see him like.
No.
try to get
No, that's just negativity.
I wanted him to chase me since he felt this way and this way and this way.
But then that's also something
But
that
you
you
were
gotta
so much above him
but
that
it's
was
just
really
so
your
bad.
game
You have to fix
time.
that.
I be screenshotting. No, because I be screenshotting and my cousins would be laughing. So, because we all do it. I'm like, look at this.
But that's something that you also gotta fix within yourself too, because you shouldn't have to need that to feed you so that you can feel, you know, like
Empowered.
yeah.
I don't think it's that though. I think it kind of goes back to the independent thing we talked about because, like I said, there was a drastic change for me. Because growing up, like I said, when seeing the women like that, how they were with men, I was like a savage.
Yeah.
So I was like a savage, like you couldn't do shit for me but pay my bills, buy me food. You was only have to be beneficial type shit, right? And that was just me all the time. Like I was that. I'll only talk to you with some free food kind of shit, right?
I mean,
and then that's just what it was. And then it got to the point where as when I got older and I kind of start re-identifying myself, I didn't mind picking up the bill because it was a thing showing me like, I don't need you. And that was the way of me showing like, I'm good, like you can pick up this bill and I don't mind putting down a tip or whatever, picking up the next bill, like, because I don't need you. And that have been my whole thing. I don't want anybody to ever think I need them.
Right.
And I would never ask you to do anything, so I can kind of see what you were doing there. Because don't worry about it, you may talk all that shit, but I'm glowed up now. Right. And I can handle whatever I need to handle. So I'm gonna pay for this $20 chimichanga, and I'm keep it moving. I'm gonna keep it moving.
Yeah, see, no. That's not, my opinion is that, first of all, don't come for me. And then you don't have the money. So it's like, oh, I kind of knew you wasn't shit because you was talking shit about me. But now I know you're not shit because you're talking shit and you can't pay the bill. So I'm going to go. You have a nice life. Good luck with the
But I don't like conflict. Like,
yeah, see how calm I was? That wasn't even a compliment.
No, like I can't come off calm. It's either I'm calm. It's either like
I know you're Aries. It's either
like you
calm or
violent. Like I can't be passive aggressive. I can't.
I love being passive.
I really can't.
It's my superpower.
I really wish I could because it'd be like you be wanting to say something to passive aggressive people and be like. She was so fucking nice when she said
that's why I love it. That's why I love it.
And I
can
hate
cuss
it.
you out, and you be like, "Oh, I want to respond to you, but you're so calm and so nice to me. I don't know how to respond." And then if I'm calm and nice to you, and you start yelling at me, you look
exactly.
And that's my point.
So
I'm like,
you to
and that's why my behind was like,
and I'm gonna get crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you gonna get attacked.
At this point, I already know he's not shit and worth my time. So I feel more empowered by getting up and leaving his trash ass sitting there than I ever would by paying for his meal because he just got a meal off you. And then he's getting you up and getting through to you. So then he furthermore knows, oh, I'm not shit. She paid for my meal and she's still giving me a little bit of attention because he wouldn't have assumed. He wouldn't have assumed he was chasing you if you were not responding to him.
No, I wasn't responding to him. That's
So
why he asked me. That's why he was like, why you want me to chase you? Because I wasn't responding to him. He was like, why you not texting me back? Like, why?
But that's point when I blocked. I had to block somebody yesterday. All right.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, you need to know that he's sitting there.
It's a boundary. It's a boundary.
Exactly. That's a boundary.
I think it is a boundary, but I think when we were talking about earlier about everybody having a different breaking point.
Right.
And I think it comes from different views as well too. And I
Yeah,
think
that's true.
One of the things that's the way Kay view it, or if you have different opinions or different experiences, you view it this way.
But I feel like me, because of how I grew up, I've always been a professional swerver. Like I feel like I'm very sensitive to people, and I can find out immediately how I don't know what kind of person I guess I feel like they are at the time. So it's like if I already get that sense, I'm like no. But I've already been like that, so I feel like even being in that situation where you actually got blessed to sit down with me, one, to even eat with me too, and then you tried it, bruh, the aggressive nature is gonna come out immediately because it's like, boo, you shouldn't even be talking to me right now, okay? I'm real bougie with that mentality because I feel like I love myself. I have enough people in my life that love me, so I don't even have time for you. Like you're not just pouring love onto me, then what is your purpose here?
All right.
Period.
I have a comment.
Energy, positive energy, all day, every day.
I understand your point, Jade. I just feel like how you said, because you're upbringing with my mom, like how you said, because of the way you saw your family growing up. My mom was married, and then she was a savage, like, period. And so I know firsthand what savage capabilities look like from a woman's standpoint, not even from a man. And then I have 3 older brothers, so I have it from both sides of the spectrum.
Is really what
So I have it to both sides of the spectrum. So it's like, I know you're not shit. You're not worth my time because now you're talking down to me at this table. So it's more than him not paying the bill. The date was great,
and how he initiated it.
and
You
the
gotta pay attention to
date,
that
and the
too.
date was great. Then I would probably consider it because it's like, oh, I like you. My feelings have to be involved. Like I never mind taking my man to dinner or something like that. So it's like, but again, same conversation we had last night. If this is just a person I'm dating, I owe no loyalty to you because we are just dating. And it was the first date. Even more reason why I shouldn't be paying for the bill. And because obviously you initiated and wanted to come out.
Exactly.
So
and how do you even initiate it?
So that's what I'm saying.
That
why
personality should have came out.
That's why I would have gotten up. And it would have been very nicely too. It would have been like, oh, you don't have the money? Great. I gotta go. And just because if a man is gonna take me out and you can't pay for it, we shouldn't even be sitting down here. Like if you wanted, it's plenty of dates we could have been on that didn't require money.
Right.
So it's like you're not even being creative at this point. You're just being lazy and you're relying on me to pay for this bill. So it's so much more.
And don't even give it that kind of energy like, oh, this is me taking you out.
And
like this is us hanging out.
He never even said, if you didn't have the money, you should have said something beforehand.
Boom. That's what I'm talking
about. Down. And so it's so many layers to me getting to the point where I just get up because it's like you're irresponsible, you're inconsiderate, you're not thoughtful.
This is coming out early. This is coming out early.
First date.
No, so they show levels later on. So if you're showing these kind of levels, then you're capable of anything later on. Stop it.
Dropping my money and walking away from situations.
And that's your empowerment. My empowerment is leaving you broke.
Keeping it moving.
NASCAR
driver. All of that. Look, all of that. Stop playing.
And I feel empowered leaving you.
Go. Like you don't even get opportunities. People be trying it all the time, and it's just like this. I just know.
But I think I think my power comes from because I want you to get a whole picture of the person that I am.
Right.
So I
want
you to know exactly what you missed out because so he can lose sleep at night. Because I'm gonna walk away, pay the bill.
You mean when you're already on the date?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want you to get the whole picture of the person when you do that fuck shit at night. At the end of the day, and I pay that bill and I walked away, you lost out. Right. So you got the whole picture of what I could have been, what you could have had, and I'm gonna leave you right at that table, pay my bill because I'm paying many other bills on my own, and keep it moving.
And I think that just goes to show the different dynamics between the four of us because those were empowerment movements for you. And me and her are like, nah, fuck it, you could have just sat there. Like, but that's empowerment for me. That's empowerment for us.
Because
so I think
honestly,
it shows.
Honestly, I feel like even with like, first off, that's an intimacy situation
but it really
too.
wasn't because I was never really into
But that's what she's trying to say. That's your mentality. For me, it's an intimate thing. For me to even, you even pick me up, right? I'm in your car. You're in my space. There's conversation. Like not everybody gets that kind of opportunity. So you have to really go through levels. Really go through levels to even get that opportunity on some jump. So for you to even try it, I should have already caught that jump. From jump. Because your energy would have gave that away. Because a lot of women, they're like, ooh, food, ooh, date, ooh, I just need time fillers or whatever. And it's like, you could have went out with your friends. You could have did something with yourself. You could have, like, anything. That's a waste of your time. That's a waste of your energy.
And I think that's another thing, too. Like, wasting my time.
And
that would piss me off more than not paying.
Yeah.
It depends how good the margaritas and how good
It's okay, though.
It's Virginia
It's
Mexican.
okay.
But the thing was,
I had to get my burrito and I'm going to sleep.
I was never like really
into him, which is what I'm saying from jump. It was like kind of like a time filler, revenge day to do. So no, I understand. Which is why I'm saying y'all empowerment is different. But we would have never even sat down with him unless we were actually emotional.
And you got blocked.
So that's what I'm saying.
And you got blocked.
But then it's like, and then on top of that, like I really like have anger problems. You know, I'm really an Aries, like so I really do. So it's like I really have to avoid as much.
But you do. I think you do that very well, though. I feel like I see that for you, and you're very friendly and stuff like that. But I feel like you're very sensitive too. So I can see where it's like a shutdown because you know you're crazy.
Exactly. Like Asiah knew me in high school. I didn't know how to control my anger at all. Like I used to fight all the time. So it's like I really had to calm because if I would have snapped on him, he would probably like
Snap on you.
and like
Because
some
of
manly
the
type shit.
right,
Like, you're not
because of
gonna
the
talk to
whole
me like
dynamic of the
that.
date, he would have snapped on you in a
And we
very
would have been
aggressive
fighting
way.
all rip, and it would.
Yeah, I think that day for me that would not be my situation now because I think my thoughts of dating has evolved.
To what?
Yeah.
Because I'm interested.
Because I used to think going out to eat and stuff like that, yada yada yada, was a date. But you know, for me now, I'm like, oh, let's go meet up a park and talk first. Let's go meet up a tea first. Cause let's see how your conversation get done before I get cute. Before I get cute for you,
Right.
like literally, I did that to somebody one time. I was like, yo, come meet me at the park while I work out, kind of thing. Like, you know, like you about to see me all sweaty, not looking cute before I waste my time. Because that's where I'm at now. Like that's literally at the point where I'm at now. Let's see your conversation and
Boom.
even work that before we over here making plans, going on dates, going to the museum. That's not a first date to me. Let me catch your vibe first.
Right.
Over here
The conversation,
progressing
even
to
the
that.
text message is real. Like, I'm so sensitive. Like, when I messed up on my husband, but when I messed up on, like, I feel like
The only man.
I'm dying. But like a lot of men, like, you know, they get your number and they feel like that's the accomplishment. It's like, I'm already scanning you through this. Like, you're already going through that test. So I feel like a lot of men, sometimes they're not good conversationalists through text message or they make, bruh. But it's like, if you can't even get that down, then you're not worth it to me. Like, I have had men who are just aggressive, and I'm like, you think that that's only gonna come across in your text message? I think that's in your behavior. Like, I feel like you can get them first, even beforehand. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I really filtered through a lot of people because I was like, oh, your conversation is trash, and I like to talk.
Yes.
So your personality gotta be bomb. Yeah, your personality gotta be bomb because if whoever you date, whoever you choose to give your time to, that's an investment.
Yes.
You're investing in the future.
And that's what I was saying was the difference between our perspective and you guys' perspective on the date, because you are invested.
Yeah.
And the only way I'm going on a date is if I'm invested.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's also the difference. So it's like, oh, I wasted my time. Oh, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like I'm not really like looking for nothing right now because it's like I've got a lot of stuff going on. Like I'm getting my master's, I'm trying to start my own shoe business. Like I'm doing this, like you know, like I work. So it's like I'm not even really looking for that. Like if it come, it comes. So it's like I
Which is how it should be.
Yeah, I didn't go with anything beyond that. Like,
Right.
But I think it's cool to like. This is just a generation saying yes. Saying yes, like, you know, somebody offers you, like, you know, oh, you want to go out or something. It's like a lot of people are like, why not? Like, you know, that is where we at in this generation because we don't know. We are honestly, even though a lot of people say they're not looking at, I'm not to go against what you're saying, but you're really looking for love. You're looking for that one. You're always in your somewhere.
In your subconscious.
Somewhere you're always waiting for that right person to be like, ooh, that's him. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, at the end of the day, if it's not there, it's not there. But you know, it's just the fact that you want to do something. You want to have fun. You might see something different. Sometimes it takes a few dates to find that person or to actually dig, and that might be your experience or whatever. It's just not that for me, you know.
yeah, like I don't know. Like I'm just.
It's not wrong with it.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not searching for it. Like if it comes, it just comes.
Exactly.
But that's how you should be. You should live your
Yeah.
life and build, you know, the type of life that you want to have for yourself, and then that person will come to meet
Exactly.
you at the level that you're at. You
And
shouldn't be out there looking or compromising for another dude. Do what you. I mean, even when you're in a relationship, I've been in a relationship, and I have my passion project and stuff like that because he cannot be my life. I refuse for him to be my life.
Right.
But
I had to learn that.
I need to have friends. I need to have a side thing because I have ADD and a short attention span. So it's just best for me
Exactly.
to maintain some type of busyness.
And that's how it was with my ex. Like he wanted to be like my life. Like
That's not healthy.
he used to not want me to come around like my family, and my family was everything
that's
to
not
me.
healthy.
Like he's like, why you going to your mom's house again, or something like that? Why you going to church? Like all of this stuff. So it was just like, I know that I need my family and my friends. I need that alone time. I need to be away from you and all of that.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
something
like
you figure out.
I have that, you know, just from that relationship. I just cut people off when I see any type of
Control
or any of that. I just
But
cut
yes,
people off.
as you should.
I just like, nope,
Yeah.
nope. Like you doing any bullshit. Like, and he was a hoe too, so it was like,
He was trying to control you and
yeah,
trying to be a hoe at the same
nope.
time.
Mm-mm.
So if that's how you view it. So how do you watching all the R. Kelly stuff going on?
I was thinking that in my
and
head too.
documentary and everything else. I mean, I think I have at this point with everything. I think that I try to be an advocate for women so much, right? So I get it kind of extreme, but then you get more information. You like, I get mixed feelings.
Mhm.
I get mixed feelings with the whole like being held hostage, not having a decision and things, and just being so mind control with that happening.
I can honestly say I'm into older guys, and I actually learned in my class that when like a female have her first period at an early age, she has like a maturity level that's different. And she actually sought out older guys.
Wait, say that again?
If a female have her period when she's younger, right? Like I have my period at 9.
Damn.
Yeah, so when she have her period when she's younger, she automatically like, you know, she start maturing faster. So she start like, she's into older men because the maturity level of like the guys her age is like totally different. Like she's at a different mindset. So
what
like,
age did y'all had yours? I thought I had mine at 9, I don't know.
I had mine at 11.
Yeah, I was like 10 or 11.
But that's elementary school. I was in middle school, so that's why I say damn, because that's like
I was in 4th grade.
I know that's early. That's early and a long time. I do have a question though. Did you know what it was when it happened? Because you were so young.
Yeah, I did. Cause like a week before that,
we was waiting. We was at the tables like, oh, did you get yours today? You got yours today?
A week before it happened, I had like really bad cramps, and my mom was like, so let's try this talk.
Okay.
Like she knew it was coming or whatever. But like I said that to say like, you know, my ex, he's 33. And you know, I'm turning 25. So it's like I've always been into older guys. So I understand that like control thing that R. Kelly had over them. I understand the mind control. Even though now I'm older and I see it and I've been through it and all of that, it's totally different.
You understand? Because I only asked because my mom, her first boyfriend was 24, she was 14. My mom habitually dated older men. I feel like my stepdad was probably, I think maybe they were like 5 years, and I was like
A shock.
Yeah.
Okay. Like my dad was 14 years older than my mom, so it's just like she habitually dates older guys, and I always thought it was weird as fuck.
Yeah, that's
always.
And so and it might be like a dad thing. Like none of these women really had their dad.
But my mom had her dad, so that's what I'm saying. Like I asked because my mom habitually dated older men, and I've always like dated. Like my boyfriend is the first guy who I've dated who we're the same age. I've always habitually
So
dated younger.
I can tell you my relationship, and I have always dated older men as well. But I also was raising myself at like the age of 16. So like
she also has an old soul.
So that too. So 16, 17 years old, like my senior year of high school, I was like living with my sister. And I was like a waitress, which is like an older crowd. And so that's what I did. Like, and I can get that control thing because I did go back and have a conversation with a dude that I was dating. So I was like maybe 17 at the time, and he was like 24, 25.
Right.
And so, like my sister and they was all upset about it, like this is sick, whatever, yada. But I didn't vibe well with people in high school because my life was like different. My life was completely different. You know,
that's so crazy.
And everybody was like, you know, doing all this party and stuff. You know, going to the little 16 up club. And like, what you doing? I'm like, I'm gonna work. I'm money. Like,
I love this mindset right now. I'm sorry.
So I was like, you know, I'm gonna go. So I didn't vibe well with people my age. We literally did not relate. Like I had to, like I literally like my senior year because I went to private school most of the time. I was in and out of like I had to take 2 classes, so I was gone and out. Right. So I was like, look, let me go ahead and do this little paperwork right quick, and boom, let me get out of here. But it was funny going back, like maybe like a year or 2 ago, I went back home and like I caught up with him again, and like since my mind is so different, I view his, but he was the same. He was the exact same person, so I did see that manipulative factor to him and that controlling factor to him, and I was just like,
see it.
But why did I ever talk to you?
But now you be like, what was you doing talking to me when I was 16 and 17?
But I caught, now I see why. So if you were weak-minded, and I wasn't saying control me enough, like I still had to mind my own because I had him controlled with the shit what I did because, you know, I was savage. But I caught it, I caught it quicker now, like me getting out. I'm just like, if I was as dumb as fuck, you would have had me.
Are we using the example of like the woman being super young and the man being older? Because I feel like that kind of control can happen within any relationship.
Agreed.
I mean, no, so we're talking about like how that shit relates to with the whole R. Kelly.
I understand.
Because if you don't have that mind, it can happen. And that's why I said I have mixed feelings about the whole situation.
Okay.
So because I was like,
I
But it's a
understand
possibility.
how he manipulated the females. And
Yeah,
that's what I'm so
understand
mad at.
too.
Because I'm mad at that you're the fact that you're actually looking for these females.
Yeah.
Who's going to the high schools. You know, ain't no. I'm running in and out the mall. I don't be trying to hang out in the mall. Like, I go get what I need and
Right.
go. Like,
Back in
I
the
don't
day,
be trying to be. Yeah.
Back when I was
Back
in high
in the
school,
day.
yeah, you hang out out the mall.
You know who's
See,
at the mall?
I was not. I
You
was
know,
working.
right? You know who's at the mall? It's young females that hang out in the mall, stuff like that. So I feel like he knew what he was doing. He's a grown ass man. Like, you knew what you was doing. I feel like those females, you've been talking to them since they was like 16 and 17. No matter, like, and everybody's like, well, where were the parents? My mom and I was talking to like 20-year-olds and I was like 16.
Right.
My mom didn't know half of the stuff I was doing when I was young. So it's like the mom is probably working. She's probably a single mom, or you know they're working like your parents was when you was fucking in high school. Like, let's be real. So it's like I understand how he manipulated them, and that's what made me so mad because it's like you got the money, you have the power, you're a celeb. On top of that, so if Trey Songz would have came to my high school, you know what I would have did? I would have right in the back, like in the car, like let's go, like
That's true.
you know. So I would have been doing that, like you know what I mean? Like that was like their Trey Songz,
Right.
you know, for us in high school. Like
Right.
that was like you know, so it's easy, like it's easy to get them, and he knew it. So I
But
feel
the
like
aftermath of it, the upkeep of it is definitely, because I feel like that beginning stage is, yeah, you're young and stuff, but then you're also in search. You're in search, you hopped on the bus. That part is that initiation, that part is on you. But the upkeep of him, of what he did after, I feel like that's all him, because that jump was crazy.
yeah, like and then
To let it go on the way he did and whatever he did to like,
Maintain.
yeah, and I feel like
because that's a choice, because you, like you said, your mom, you know your mom don't know your life.
And I feel like we gave like this man so much clout. Like we made R. Kelly. Black women made R. Kelly. That's why black women's still defending him to this day because we invested in him. We wanted to listen to the baby making music and step in the name of love at the cookouts and all of that.
He's stepping in with teenagers, so.
Yeah, exactly. Like we made him. You know what I mean? So it's like a slap in the face to the black culture that you're doing all of this stuff for like you're doing it to black women that made you.
But you know that's the problem though because we talk about it all the time how black women are this kind of just thrown away. And that's
Yes.
why you see there's no white women involved in that. There's no other women because we're forgotten about. And that's why it has gone so long of it being forgotten about because black women was involved. You don't see this happening to nobody else. You don't see this happening to no other race of women. Even all the black women that disappeared in DC, they just stopped talking about it.
Yeah.
Literally, over 20
And
black women just disappeared and no one talked about it.
Yes.
They didn't care, but those 20 ass Becky's, what?
They gonna investigate.
What?
They're gonna put out
What?
$1 billion campaign.
There's so many sources out there put out for it, but it's sad because our own culture takes advantage of that fact.
I feel like we kind
We're
of
gonna be
got
overlooked.
Like you can see, I feel like they're starting to have that voice. Like when I saw freaking did y'all ever see how freaking like the people who helped with the documentary, who was behind that, like the celebrities, like the women, like what's her name, Kerry Washington, like the freaking famous celebrities out here who like women who are like y'all watch me on TV. You know what? I'm about to use that and bring everybody together. Like I'm about to speak out for women. I'm like, oh shoot, like we on a whole nother level.
Yeah,
now. like
and then people don't understand that like, you know, black slave prostitutes, you know, black women, they cost more. That's why like, you know, when all these women are getting kidnapped and stuff, they're a high commodity in the black market. Because white men and men that buy them don't feel bad about
Hurting us. Oh,
and
I'm
doing
so
the
glad you said
things they
that.
want to do to us. So it's like I feel like as a black community, like all the black men are like, no, they're using this to tear down a black man. Sit your ass down.
Oh my gosh, can I please say something about
It's
that?
not about
Because that shit is so annoying.
It's
and
not
frustrating
about y'all.
Because, and I saw this post on Facebook, it was like, holding somebody accountable is not tearing them down. This nigga has done this shit. We know that now. So how is him going on trial again to prove these new charges and find, like, that whole process this is for, these charges are new. This is not 2002.
Yeah.
These are new charges that are up against him. We can't be tearing him down when there's clear evidence to do it. Are there other white men who are doing this, who are sexually assaulting people? Yes, of course. We're gonna get to them. Right now it's R. Kelly. Right now it's R. Kelly's time. He's been doing this shit for 30 years.
Exactly.
So we're just supposed to not say nothing because he's a black man? Fuck that. He's sitting here holding women against their will. He fucking, locked up his damn wife, for goodness sake. You know what I mean? So it's like, we have to hold him accountable. We have to start holding all y'all black men accountable. Because you supported him, you're not saying anything.
And you don't know who else is doing it.
And yeah, you don't know who else is doing it. And when you see your homeboy sexually assaulting a girl, say something. When you see your homeboy running a girl, say something. Hold your brothers accountable. Along with this nigga R. Kelly. We're not saying he's an isolated event. We're saying start now.
And we can touch him too. That's the point.
The point is, we're holding our own people accountable. We're expecting them. We expecting the white man to treat us like shit. That's expected. We are expecting it. We're not expecting for our own people to do that shit.
Yeah, people who we invested in.
And that's how I feel about people on a date outside the race. I'm like, they ain't shit either. If I'm gonna deal with ain't shit, I'm gonna be with my own motherfucking people.
Right.
Now, I ain't dating outside my race. We can do the same shit. But if I'm gonna be dealing with some bullshit, it's only coming from my people. You other motherfuckers can't do that shit.
And a lot of
we're with my own motherfucking people.
A lot of women who date outside their race have that mentality. Oh, well, they not on that F-boy John. What? Have a friend who has one, okay? Have a friend who has one. You hear about their life too. They going through it too.
Yeah. Men gonna be men, regardless of what race they are.
And then I just hate how like black women are like really supporting R. Kelly. And I just feel like y'all are trash.
Did you see that interview with those two women?
Yeah,
The girlfriends?
The girlfriends?
Yeah.
Did you see the interview? So I thought it was so funny because she asked her like about the whole like sexual threesome.
And I wanted to know too.
And everybody wants to know. And then she goes, well, I'm not talking about my personal life.
Somebody in the comments was like, sis, this whole interview is about your
whole
personal
life.
life. What are you talking about? You guys are one person's girlfriend. So we want to know, do y'all sleep together? Do y'all sleep separately? Does he bounce
They're trying to keep the
around?
innocence.
Yeah, there's no innocence. Like, is everybody banging each other? Like, what's going on?
He's like, why lie? He's like, oh, I know you guys are fucking.
He's like, they're like
you just want to know how
girlfriends.
consistent it is.
My girlfriends. Like,
we're family together. Like, girl, please.
And then she was like, we go to theme party. I'm like, bitch, I don't want to know about
Girl,
I want to know about the nitty-gritty, details.
Gail gave me that bitch please look like, that's not what we're talking about.
You know what we came to talk
And
about.
it was so funny because the whole time, Gail's just so calm.
So calm.
Robert.
She was a mood for sure.
Robert.
Sit down, Robert.
That's that passive aggressive feel talking about.
Yes, I love it. You see how calm she was?
Yeah, that would have been me. I'm like, so first of all, who are you breaking up for?
Have you seen the meme where it has all the signs on one side, but Aries is the R. Kelly? It has like all the fire, like the hype up signs on R. Kelly, and then all the calm signs on Gail.
Yeah, I would have been, y'all wrong for this. Y'all assassinated my kid. Let me stop. Nah, like, I just feel like, that whole thing is just trash, how, like, black women are, like, really supporting
I can't believe
I understand black men because it's, like, it's a disconnect. Sometimes, if you don't have, like, women you care about in your life, then it's a disconnect.
And the thing about black men is they will ride for their brothers like it is nobody's business.
Black women will not
They
do
won't
that.
do that.
Black women tear each other down every day.
Black women tear each other down, and the problem in the black community is we as women, we coddle men in our community.
Yeah.
We coddle men.
Protect Chloe. Well, she's not black, but like that's an example of what we would do. Though.
Black women, especially, like black women coddle black men in the community. It's a fucking phenomenon. It's crazy how it happens where they can do no wrong, and to the point where you're treating yourself wrong. They can't do no wrong.
It comes back to self-love. Like, if you love yourself, you ain't gonna, like, continue to care for this person and let you sit on the back burner.
So I'm not surprised. I was nowhere. There was nothing surprising when women were saying this, and I was like, of course.
It just breaks.
We're not as progressive as people think we are.
It just breaks my heart.
It's still a journey.
It just brings me back to this video I saw of this girl. She was recording her mom, telling her mom that her boyfriend had been touching her. and she was just like, she snapped on her.
Yeah, I saw that on Worldstar.
And she didn't even care about what her daughter was saying, and that's my concern.
You lying.
That's my concern. It's about how are we protecting our young black women who are coming up? How are we protecting them when we're coddling these niggas who are touching them, are being mean to them, are doing whatever the fuck? Why aren't we listening to them?
Let them think it's okay for men to treat you like that.
Right, and it's not okay.
Right.
And then you're repeating that negative and toxic thought process, right? Because then she's gonna feel like she's gonna feel like her voice doesn't matter. She's gonna feel like her body is not hers, and that goes back to what I wanted to talk about earlier about slavery and how we've never had autonomy over our bodies, and how people try to tell us now that we shouldn't be on birth control or shouldn't have abortions or whatever the fuck. But that's our choice. So if I don't want your fucking boyfriend to touch me, you should be able to stand by my side as my mother, the person who birthed me.
Right.
And put this nigga out. Like, you don't think you gonna find another nigga to come in here and pay bills? Like, niggas do it every day.
They're not willing to touch their own darkness, their own image.
It was something that there was some moms, part of the whole R. Kelly thing, that was like lying and said that it didn't happen to their daughter. So they can't receive payouts and stuff like that. So it does happen. It was happening.
What's her face? The girl who was on the video. I can't
Whole family was in the
mom went on the stand and lied. She's the reason. The daughter lied.
The aunt is like, that was my niece.
The aunt. I can't think of her name.
Sparkle.
One of those.
Star, glitter, confetti.
Sparkle's niece came on the stand and said it wasn't her. Then Sparkle's sister said it wasn't her. So it's like, again, with the coddling, right? Like, how much are you willing to sell your soul for your baby?
And that's what I'm saying too, because I know you say self-love and stuff, that's stuff that needs to be found, because once you get in a relationship,
you lose it.
There we go. So at the end of the day, you have to be willing to, that's pain. That lady over here, something, you have to make sure you set in your mind and prioritize, all right, my love for my daughter is way more than the love that I have for this man who is not, okay? Like, you have to be willing to touch that darkness. I have to be willing to walk in the journey of aloneness so that I can,
to keep my baby safe.
Yeah.
And it's like, how is that crazy to you? About your own baby. And it's like, I watch, Iyanla Levin's and It's My Life. But she's always fixing those dark places that you're talking about.
And that matters. Matters.
She goes there with those people. And
those journeys from forever.
I only bring her up because she goes through those dark places.
She does go through those dark places.
Sometimes she do too much.
You don't get a lot of platforms like that to watch.
Of a woman who coddles men. Because if you watch the episode she has with men and watch the episode she has with women, it's two different interactions. It's two different interactions to me. It's just there's not the same interactions. Like, there was an episode where the dude, there was like problems with their dads and stuff like that, and the interaction she had with them and the interaction she had with women, it just goes back how people feel like we got this. How they always feel like black women is got
strong.
this.
We don't have emotions. We don't feel anything.
And we're just expected to be good.
All the
we got this. And let's go back to them and let's do this, because just not enough is getting done for them, and we got this.
Yeah, and I feel like women too, we're harder on each other than we are on men.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And I think that also goes back to what you're saying about a young man. Like, we feel like you should be doing better, but men have it somehow harder.
Alright, so to sum up all of that, you can follow me at it's at @A_CAY_47. So yes, it's Ratchet, it's AK-47.
And I'm Asiah. You can follow me on Instagram at ELLO Sunshine92. I love sunshine.
Oh, that's cute. I'm T. You can follow me at _TRKR. Short and sweet.
I'm Jade. You can follow me at Miss JC, MSJADEC.
And thanks for watching Let's Talk
Melanin. Follow our social media, Let's Talk Melanin. It'll be on the video.
And any comments or questions you have for us, let us know.
What you want us to talk about too. We want to know.